Good.
Mayor, through their taxes, Jackson residents are making an investment in their community. What have you specifically done to ensure that they receive a fair return on that investment?
Well, a higher quality of life is something that everybody wants. If you're going to pay taxes, and a lot of taxes, which Jackson residents do, they should get the services that they require to keep that quality of life. And I'm going to continue to go back on this as much as I can. One, I'm a big proponent of youth, sports, and recreation. One, keeps the kids off the street. Two, they wind up spending more time in school. Everything I've looked at indicated that most of the children that are involved in after-school activities, whether they're sports, band, whatever, extracurricular activities, their marks are so much higher. Okay, it means safer streets. It means children that are going to be our next leaders. So as far as keeping everything as status quo, we're looking into investing into Jackson by bringing in new businesses, jobs, opportunities for children to go somewhere, like the new skate park, where they don't have to leave the area, they don't have to be playing on streets. Public safety, health, and welfare is job one. Okay? And your taxes will be paying for those police services and DPW services. I can't take that away. Cost of living, contracts, what they do is they take a big chunk of your money, and unfortunately, you get what you pay for. But you know, we have to maintain that quality of life. The Jackson residents deserve it. Any person that comes into any town deserves that higher quality of life. So we do our best to maintain that.
Okay, well, speaking of sports, what is the real story on girls softball in Jackson?
The real story on girls softball, it depends on who you would speak to on that. I'm sure there are a lot of people who'll turn around and tell you I'm the evil one who spent $261,000. So we'll round the number up at $300,000. Back in 2007, Resolution 0907 was for renovation improvements or implementing a new sports fields, programs, whatever they needed. That's what the bond was made for. They didn't use all the money of the bond, but meanwhile you're paying for that bond. So that bond's sitting on a shelf collecting dust, but you're paying money on that bond. You turn around and you say, okay, what's needed? What could we do? Instead of us bonding for something else or getting a new tax, let's see what we need. It came to my attention that the girls softball, recreation softball, travel softball, and boys who play baseball on those fields had no place, any type of sanitational facility other than a porta potty. Porta potty is good on a construction site temporarily, but to go through 90-degree heat in the summer, whatever the case may be, it's unsanitary. There's no place to wash your hands. They're not ADA compliant. So we turned around, we looked. The $1.3 million was in the bond. We took 10% of it, and we applied it to, not 10%, I'm sorry. We took a percentage of it. I was thinking of something else. And we applied it to this project. We gave council everything they asked for. We had an engineer's report. The engineer's report came in at over $400 and something thousand to build it. We trimmed it down, trimmed it down, trimmed it down. Council was all on board with it at the time. I believe just the building itself, the infrastructure itself was like $80-something thousand. And they put that number in their head. And they were convinced that $80-something thousand was going to be done. You have everything else that has to be done to it. The truth still remains, it did not cost the Jackson taxpayer 1 extra cent towards their taxes. You were already paying for it. And I can lobby it with, you can go to the car dealer, you just bought a pickup truck and they told you if you buy the pickup truck it comes with a trailer. Well, I don't need a trailer. I just want the pickup truck. But you're paying for the trailer anyway. Well, I just want the pickup truck. Lend the pickup truck to somebody. Use it. Do something with it. Store furniture in it. I don't care what you do with it. So what we did was we applied some of this money towards this building. If you take out the $261,000 on what the debt was, it was $1.44 a year that you were paying anyway on that $261. That's what it broke down to, for a total of $17.07 for 12 years. So even if you were to add it to your tax bill, that's what the impact would be. The bottom line is there's no impact at all. So now the ensuing argument is you could have got something cheaper. Well, obviously you don't understand state government. State government, you have to go with state contract. You have to pay prevailing wages. All of these things are in place. No matter what, it has to be reviewed by this one, this one, this one, and this one. Being I'm a stickler for everything done by the book, yes, we're doing it right, we're doing it correct. We're not doing anything illegal. We notified all the agencies, we got all our permits, everything is done. We went to the planning board for approval. Everything was done the right way. The end of the day is we now have ADA compliant facilities, which mean anyone watching that game can use it. The concession stand is no bigger than this. It's a stainless steel table. It's ridiculous. There's a storage compartment in there so you can clean the place up. And the best part about it is this building will triple the life of the loan. So it's an investment in your community on something that you've already borrowed for. And as far as paying down debt with the rest of the money, if they understood local finance laws, state finance laws, it's illegal to do that. You can only put a certain amount, and you can equate that as paying your Visa bill with your MasterCard. It's not sensible and it's not fiscal responsibility.